In today's video, we will delve once again into the expansive Enderverse created by Orson Scott Card. Specifically, we will explore the first novel of the Shadow Saga, Ender's Shadow, which unfolds concurrently with Ender's Game, but provides a different perspective by narrating the same events from Bean's point of view. This inevitably raises once more the question of the recommended reading order for the Enderverse, which we will cover later in this video. The other titles in the Shadow series include Shadow of the Hegemon, Shadow Puppets, Shadow of the Giant, Shadows in Flight, and The Last Shadow. It is interesting to note that the novel was originally titled Urchin, but underwent a name change to Ender's Shadow before its release in the year 1999. With its 469 pages, it is one of the longer books of the entire Enderverse. Predictably, Ender's Shadow aligns with Ender's Game in terms of its science fiction rigor, earning it a middle-of-the-road rating on the sci-fi Mohs scale. The military science fiction plot occasionally ventures beyond the confines of what purists might deem hard science fiction, but it definitely stops short of delving fully into the realm of science fantasy. The narrative scope in this installment is relatively focused, with Battle School serving as a pivotal focal point. Nevertheless, we do explore other corners of the world, perhaps more extensively than in the original Ender's Game. While Ender's Shadow heavily draws upon and relies on ideas and concepts from Ender's Game, it introduces, albeit a limited number, of thought-provoking new elements to the series, particularly concerning Bean's origins. As expected, the novel's cast mirrors the scale of Ender's Game, that being a score in the upper half of the scale, featuring several overlapping characters. While some may perceive this as a lack of creativity, it, in fact, adds additional dimensions to characters that were already compelling and interesting in the first novel. Ender's Shadow was positively received by critics, as evidenced by 5 award nominations listed on Goodreads, and 2 awards won, namely the ALA Alex Award in 2000 and the Margaret A. Edwards Award in 2008. Apart from these accolades, it also entered several bestseller and best-of lists. Its popular reception is evidenced by a combined rating of 4.4 out of 5 stars, based on tens of thousands of reviews on the usual aggregator sites. Thus, it nearly scores identical to Ender's Game, only missing a few hundredths of points to reach the same level. Regarding adaptations of Ender's Shadow, a 5-issue comic book limited series called Ender's Shadow Battle School should be mentioned here, which was released in December of 2008. It was written by Mike Carey with art by Sebastian Fiumara. As with other books that are part of the Enderverse, you should be aware of potential spoilers during the following plot summary. In this instance, part of Ender's Game might be in jeopardy of being spoiled. Heed this warning and take the necessary precautions. In the dystopian streets of Rotterdam in the year 2170, Bean, a remarkably intelligent and young homeless child, struggles for survival. Navigating the brutal street life, threatened by older bullies, Bean manages to become part of a gang, not least due to his propensity for well-thought-out strategies and tactics. These characteristics do not go unnoticed and catch the attention of Sister Carlotta, a nun recruiting children for the International Fleet's war against the alien invaders known as the Buggers. Despite official resistance and skepticism about Bean's background, Sister Carlotta secures his admission to Battle School. Overcoming challenges due to his youth and size, Bean faces constant comparisons to Ender Wiggin, another prodigy who came before him. As he proves himself, Bean discovers hidden truths about the school, while Sister Carlotta, back on Earth, delves into his mysterious past. Throughout the narrative, Bean contends with the IF administration's ruthless tactics in pushing Ender, seemingly willing to go to extremes to achieve their goal. Simultaneously, Bean grapples with his own past, seeking to understand what sets Ender apart and makes him more charismatic and superior. The novel unfolds as Bean navigates the complexities of battle school, unveiling secrets and confronting personal struggles amid the backdrop of interstellar warfare against the Buggers. The plot centered on the streets of Rotterdam adds another interesting layer to the wider Enderverse, where the events and situation back on Earth has usually been ignored for the most part, the exception being some minor plot points revolving around Ender's childhood in North America. Furthermore, Ender's Shadow particularly illuminates the inner workings of the International Fleet and their relentless efforts to identify and groom the most promising children as future commanders. This facet assumes critical importance in laying the foundation for the broader Shadow series, which intricately explores power struggles between various factions on Earth and in orbit. The novel delves into the machinations behind the scenes, shedding light on the selection process and training of gifted children destined for leadership roles within the IF. At the same time, it once more underlines the damage that excessive pressure can have on children and young adults. Moreover, the story presents an opportunity to revisit familiar characters and delve deeper into their personas. One standout example is obviously Bean, the protagonist, whose character development rivals that of Ender himself. Despite his exceptional intellect, Bean grapples with physical limitations, being one of the smallest children in battle school. His journey unfolds as a compelling character arc, in my view surpassing even Ender's trajectory in Ender's Game. Unlike Ender, who was described with a near-messianic aura, Bean has to navigate the challenges of inspiring others while acknowledging his own limitations. This realization adds layers to his character, making him a convincing and relatable figure within the narrative. Overall, Ender's Shadow is a worthy addition to the Enderverse, enriching it by exploring the intricacies of character dynamics and the broader geopolitical landscape. Ender's Shadow is not just a book for fans of the series, and it certainly helps that it can easily be read without prior involvement with other novels of the Enderverse. The only exception, of course, being Ender's Game itself. If you liked this video, you may also enjoy the other reviews and content on my channel. Feel free to leave a comment if you want to discuss the novels or if you want to suggest other books that I should review in the future. Please consider upvoting and subscribing, it is much appreciated. Thank you for watching, and until next time.